and welcome back to Cooking Corner with Giuseppe CrimiVaroli. This week for you, we're doing an Easter special. And that being said, we're going to be making a brown sugar ham. Now we here at Cooking Corner always like to use accessible ingredients and equipment that everyone has access to. And we have agreed that it's finally time to introduce the crock pot. Now this bad boy right here is a crock pot from the subfamily slow cooker. It's got multiple temperature settings on the front, and today we're going to be starting the ham off at high and moving our way down to low later in the day. Alright, someone came in last night and hid all of my ingredients, so we're going to have to go on a hunt to find some. Do you see any ingredients? What's that? To my right? You're right! The first ingredient is brown sugar. Come on, let's go find the other ones. Here we have it. Our second ingredient is horseradish. When I get my hands on whoever hid all these ingredients, so help me God. Bingo! Our third ingredient is Coca-Cola. Anyone else smell toast? Am I having a stroke? No, I'm not. Brown mustard is in the toaster. I give up. Whoever hid that ham was too clever for me. Wait a minute. One butt ham is our fifth ingredient. Now that we've found all of our ingredients, let's go over them. To start, we've got our ham. Everything else is going to be for the marinade of the ham. What we've got here is Coca-Cola. Up next, ground mustard. Following that, prepared horseradish. And finally, brown sugar. So in terms of hardware, you're going to need the following. You're going to need a crock pot. You're going to need a knife. You'll see why soon. You're going to need a measuring spoon and a measuring cup. And you're going to need a small mixing bowl. Step number one, as always, is going to be wash your hands. Now, someone was kind enough to give me this lemon-shaped bar of soap, so we're going to use this to clean our hands. Go ahead, turn the water on, get your mitts nice and moist. Once they're nice and wet, grab your bar of soap and start scrubbing. Scrub the inside and the back, get in between the fingers, both hands. Once your hands are nice and soapy, just start washing it off. Lemony fresh. Alright, moving on. Step 2 is going to be make sure your ham fits in your crock pot by any means necessary. So go ahead, take your crock pot, remove the lid, take your ham, and put it face down in the crock pot. This is going to be a tight fit. We're going to have to lop some of the ham off. Alright, so the next thing you're going to do is open your ham and drain all that good slime out of there. Go ahead, take your ham, cut it open, rip the plastic open, and dump that slime in the sink. Next, you're going to take your ham and slap it onto a cutting board. Might want to rinse your hands after that. Now that you've taken the plastic off of your ham, you can recheck to see if it fits in your crock pot. And if it doesn't, that's when you can start going Ted Bundy on it. Go ahead and grip your ham firmly. Put it in the pot. Looks like it's a little bit big in circumference and a little too tall. So I'm going to take some of the sides off and lop off the head. taking out 2 big chunks. Let's see if it fits now. Oh, it's close, but not quite. We'll have to take off a little bit more. Now we check again. A perfect fit. Now that you've mutilated your ham enough so that it fits in your crock pot, it's time to move on to step number 3, which is going to be preparing your glaze. Now you're going to need 1 tablespoon each of horseradish and ground mustard. You're going to need 1.5 cups of brown sugar. And you're going to need just a little bit of Coca-Cola, enough to turn the mixture into a paste. Alright, so we've mixed up our brown sugar, ground mustard, and prepared horseradish. This is what your mixture should roughly look like. Now once you've got that all set, you're going to add your Coke little by little until the mixture is the consistency of a paste. Alright? Let's start. Alright, so you know you used enough Coke when your mixture looks something like this. It should be brown and very sticky. Alright, moving right along, we're going to get into step number 4. And step number 4 is going to be glaze your ham. Go ahead, take the top off your crock pot, take your ham and stand it on its side so that the flat side is perpendicular with the ground. Go ahead and grab it however you can and stand it up like this. Now you're going to take your glaze and apply it with your hands to the ham. So go ahead, grab a scoop of it and rub it along the ham like you're giving it a tender massage. I love you, ham. Make sure to cover the entire flat side of the ham. And once you've done that, you can lay it down and cover the rest of the ham. Make sure to use all of your glaze. Once your ham is thoroughly glazed, you can go ahead and wash your hands. And now that you've gotten your hands all nice and clean, you can go ahead and sully them again by taking the ham you chopped off and jamming it back into the side of the crock pot. Alright, now that you've got your ham all glazed, it's time to actually start cooking the ham. So what you're going to do first is take your Coca-Cola and drizzle it around the outside of the ham, maybe 1/2 cup to 1 cup worth of Coke, alright? Let's do that. Once you've done that, you can cap your Coke and put the top on your crock pot. Now, all crock pots are different. So what you're going to need to do is turn your crock pot on, and however your crock pot works, you need to set this to high cook for 2 hours. After 2 hours, we're going to put it on low for another 4 hours. Alright everybody, our 6 hours has elapsed, 2 on high, 4 on low, and our ham is looking and smelling delicious. So, it's time to take it out and plate it. Also, if you are so inclined, you can take the excess ham juice, put it in a pan, and simmer it on the stove to thicken it up and make a gravy. Alright, it can be a little bit of a sticky wicket trying to get the ham out. I am using a large fork and a large meat fork. But things could go awry at any minute. So we're going to transfer it to a cutting board. Oh my God. Just like that. Alright, time for the final step, which is going to be plating. You're going to want to stand your ham up on its side so that the flat side is facing out. And then you'll take your sharp knife and cut down on it. Delicious. Then you can just do that for your entire ham. That concludes this week's episode of Cooking Corner with Giuseppe CrimiVaroli. I hope you have a happy Easter, and I hope you enjoy the Easter ham. If you have anything you'd like to see on the channel, leave it in the comments. If you like the video, if you like other videos like this, subscribe to my channel. And, bye-bye now. You toss me one of the lemons.
Oh, so yeah, lemons have some cleaning properties.
Someone gifted me this weirdly shaped bar of soap.